National Rugby League competition returned with round 3 action. As all our talent took to the field, it was a great week of footy. People, don't have time to watch all the games? No worries, because I'll summarise everything for you. Starting with... Panthers kicked off round 3 in style, with a confident 34-12 victory over the Broncos, in what was a breathtaking grand final rematch. The most controversial point of the game came in just the 3rd minute, when Penrith enforcer Taylor May bursted out of the defensive line, smoking Broncos fullback Reece Walsh. As Walsh was laying on the ground, replays illustrated how May's chin had collided with Walsh's cheekbone, leaving him with a gnarly laceration and a facial fracture. Broncos received a penalty and May was placed on report, however seems to escape further punishment. With the NRL community divided, people debating whether the hit warranted a suspension or not.
I think when you come in on someone's blind side, you are responsible that you tackle below their shoulder. Mate,
it's a collision sport, Freddie.
I understand that you're responsible, mate.
Walsh remains out of action for an estimated 4 to 6 weeks, which will undoubtedly have a huge impact on the Broncos season. Without their star player and key offensive asset, the Broncos come up against the Cowboys, Storm, Roosters in coming weeks. As they look to establish themselves towards the top of the ladder early into the season, Broncos will have a really hard time replacing Walsh on the field, with Kevin Walters backing 25-year-old 5'8" fullback Tristan Sailor to replace him in the meantime. Mind you, Reynolds has been sidelined after suffering a knee injury versus South Sydney last Thursday. However, with the talent Brisbane currently have, you'd have to be insane to expect them not to bounce back from this situation. This game really shows not only why Penrith may be once again the marquee team in the league, but how essential Nathan Cleary is. His football IQ and ability to control a game will put on full display, as he picked up 3 try assists, 3 line break assists, and kicked 5 for 6. All 3 of Cleary's assists were absolute pearlers, and when looked at carefully, really illustrates Cleary's vision and game management abilities. Especially his 3rd and final assist, which saw Cleary throw 3 dummy passes before putting Isaac Targor through for his 2nd of the game. Tor also played incredibly well, picking up 2 tries and a whopping 263 run meters. Young forward Liam Henry also rose to the occasion, putting in a gutsy shift through the middle as he notched 105 meters in 42 minutes. Our Supercoach star was easily Nathan Cleary. Guess what? Nathan Cleary's out for an estimated 4 weeks. And I realised this by the time I finished recording. So don't listen to me, forget everything I said, and just buy Brian Doho, I don't know.
How do you like that? Eh? Yosa, my brother.
The Raiders and Warriors met in Christchurch in an important fixture for both teams, as Raiders look to continue their unbeaten season. As for Warriors, who are looking for their first of the year, Elliot Whitehead returned to Canberra for his first game of the year, as the Warriors went on to win 18-10 in what was a really great display of footy from both sides. Fanua Blake had a great 48-minute stint, scoring the Warriors first and finishing with 159 run meters, as well as 54 post-contact meters and 27 tackles, continuing his great start to 2024. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck proved why he was a great buy for the Warriors, producing an incredible performance, scoring the game-winning try and providing 200 run meters, and seems to be more confident as he settles back into his life in New Zealand. Tohu Harris also had a really strong performance, finishing with an astounding 63 fantasy points, 50 tackles and 130 run meters. Although not an ideal result for Canberra, they proved their potential as a solid top 8 team. However, there obviously is some room for improvement. The Warriors will be a really exciting team to watch this season, seeming to have built on a successful 2023 campaign with all the same flair, tenacity and thirst of victory as last year. Our Supercoach star for this game, Morgan Smithies. At just 383 grand, Smithies has been an extremely consistent player for Canberra, with an average of 48 and 145 total points in just 3 games.
Fuck the scum fucks themselves. 48 points to 6. Fuck's sake.
The oldest rivalry in the game was back in action, as Souths took on the Chooks and Allianz. With all eyes on Souths this week, this match really just showed how much they need to improve. Their ball security was atrocious, finishing with an abysmal 70% completion rate. Souths were absolutely outclassed in every aspect of this game, with James Tedesco serving up an absolute masterclass of a performance, finishing with 2 tries, an assist, 170 run meters and 59 post-contact meters. Sam Walker also played pretty well. Although leaving the field after playing for 47 minutes, Walker boasted 2 tries and kicked 4 for 4, and what has been hailed as a Langer-like performance. Dom Young also played very well, finishing with a try to his name and 170 run meters. He will undoubtedly be an incredible asset for the Chooks. Will most likely be up there as the comp's highest try scorer this year. Walker has been cleared of concussion and will likely suit up this week versus Penrith, with Lindsay Collins and Sandon Smith both set for time on the sidelines, picking up injuries in the game. This game was, for lack of a better word, an embarrassment for the Souths. The club decided to celebrate Jack Whiten's debut and Cam Murray's 150th game by playing their worst game of football in the last few years. Coming in for the out-of-favour Lachlan Ilias, Dean Hawkins had a very average game with a few decent kicks, but nothing to look twice at. And Latrell Mitchell had yet another quiet day at the office, before being sent to the bin for a foul play on James Tedesco. His 2024 campaign has gotten off to a really slow start, showing a lack of enthusiasm and motivation on the pitch. Mitchell will need to step up if Souths have any motivation to turn things around. With their third loss of the year, must must be said that club coach Jason Demetriou is under great pressure to keep his job, as things heat up in Redfern. Our Supercoach star for this fixture is easily James Tedesco. As with the recent injury of Reece Walsh, Teddy is shaping up to be the best fullback option league-wide. The Dogs confidently dispatched Des Hasler's Gold Coast Titans 32-0 to register their first win of the season. This match was a real confidence booster for Bulldog fans, with the team combining for what was an all-round great performance from all players alike. Well, besides Gold Coast players. Kikau had a really great game, scoring a try, an assist, and 122 metres, and has successfully filled his role at the Bulldogs. New recruit Blake Tafe also had a good performance, scoring and assisting a try of his own, and finished with 136 metres, seeming quite confident as he takes the role as the club's starting fullback. Jacob Carraz and Matt Burton led the team around the field really well, in addition to Connor Tracy, who ran for 233 metres and scored a try. And the Titans, they were dealt a massive blow with club captain and 22-year-old star, prop Tino, I can't say that name, suffering a torn ACL, which will most likely see him out for the rest of the season. This leaves a massive gap in the Titans team, with Keenan Pelasia, or Isaac Liu, to take his place. Titans sit at second last on the ladder, with 2 losses to kick off their 2024 campaign. And with the Dolphins, Cowboys, Raiders, Seagulls, Warriors and Storm to face in the coming weeks, it is really not looking good for Titan fans. Our Supercoach star for this game was Jacob Carraz. Although Kikau had quite the day out with 82 points, Carraz's 115 points and price tag make him a really intriguing option at the wing or centre position. Canterbury's harsh run of fixtures must be taken into account, however. This pains me to cover, but let's do it. Cowboys took care of St George, putting up 46 to their 24 points. It was a high octane game of footy. North Queensland came back and just scored try after try after try. It was 19 tackles and 178 metres in just 44 minutes. Reece Robson also played pretty well, providing 2 try assists, 3 line break assists and a handy 75 metres. After an awful performance in round 2, this match really didn't look like an improvement for the Dragons. Although Lomax, the only player who gives a had a decent performance, dishing up 2 tries, kicked 4 for 4, and had 142 metres. Ben Supercoach star for this game would easily be Valentine Holmes. Although a very expensive figure, 306 points, and a 102 point average for the first 3 games makes him a very, very attractive option if you're looking for a winger. Who expected this? One of the biggest upsets of round 3 came when the West Tigers beat the Cronulla Sharks 32-6. And what was a display of really good football. The Tigers officially announced their new brand of football, and silenced a lot of critics who were down on Benji's management style. Corey also had a really great performance, steering his side around the park, picking up 2 assists, and kicking 4 handy conversions, as he reportedly fought through a bout of gastro prior to the game. Jareem Buller also had a day out, picking up 2 tries and a handy 135 metres, whilst 18-year-old Lachlan Galvin really coming to his stride as West starting halfback. And as for Sharks, Nicho Hynes was uncharacteristically quiet versus the West, only able to provide flashes of brilliance, including a 40-20 late into the game. Just seems as though they couldn't get it together this game, as the Tigers completely outclassed Cronulla at Leichhardt. Our Supercoach star from this match is easily Lachlan Galvin. The young half is an exciting option at just 200k. He's an incredibly cheap option who will most likely be getting a lot of game this season, and improving week by week. The Eels took out a 28-24 win against the Manly Seagulls, after, in what my opinion was the game of the round. Both teams had really great starts to the year and are really playing eye-catching footy. Eels enforcer, Regan Campbell-Gillard, was set for his 200th performance as the Eels continued their run of form. Down 14-0 after just 14 minutes, star halfback combination Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses took the game by the scruff of the neck and led their team with courage, going on a 28-4 run over the next 46 minutes. Moses picked up 3 assists and a try, whilst Brown chipped in one of his own. Campbell-Gillard and Junior Paulo were incredibly powerful through the middle, providing 102 and 126 metres and 20 and 11 tackles respectively. Ruben Garrick and Tom Trebojevic also played very well, each picking up a try and combining for 277 run metres, with Trebojevic also picking up a 3 line break assist and a try assist. Luke Brooks is beginning to shape up to be a great buy for Manly, showing great confidence as he improves week by week. Josh Aloya was put on a report in the final minutes of the game for a blatant shoulder charge, and was then sin-binned for striking just moments later. He will likely spend some time on the sidelines, however, this isn't a major loss for Manly. Our Supercoach star for this game is Ruben Garrick. At just $753,000, Garrick is a great wing, centre, or even fullback. His 91 point average and 245 total score show that he's getting results consistently, and his position as Manly's premier goal kicker means more points on top of that.
Sybil Shepherd?
Yes.
The Knights edged out Melbourne in perhaps the second biggest upset of this round. Great game of football saw star fullbacks Ryan Pappenhausen and Kalen Ponga battle out in a truly entertaining fixture. After dropping 5/8 Jackson Hastings, the win comes as a statement from the Knights, who copped quite a lot of criticism in the previous week. Newcastle led for a great deal of this match, having their 14-point lead cut down after Tyron crossed over for a great try. Must be said though, Melbourne were far from full strength. Cameron Munster, Nelson, and Jerome Hughes all facing time on the sidelines, with centre Remus Smith also taken from the field midway through the second half. Ponga kicked 2 for 2, also scoring a penalty goal, set up a try and ran for a hard-fought 202 metres, whilst winger Tuala pitched in with the try and 191 metres. Tyron Wishart really impressed from Melbourne, and is shaping up to be a handy option at halfback in the absence of Jerome Hughes. Pappenhausen also had another good game, cementing his spot in Melbourne's lineup after a heartbreaking run of injuries, scoring a try and running 166 metres. Melbourne will undoubtedly be up there in the top 8 this year, however struggling with injury to begin 2024. Cameron Munster is still yet to play a game and Jerome Hughes is still out, meaning we are still yet to see Melbourne at their full strength, which as we know is a completely different beast. Newcastle on the other hand are shaping up to be quite the exciting team to watch in 2024. After an exciting 2023 campaign, which saw them push into the semi-final, they seem to have built on that momentum into 2023, with Kalen Ponga looking as good as ever, which is why he's our super coach star for the game. Although being one of the most expensive stars, Ponga will no doubt provide an incredible number of points this season. As Newcastle's main attacking option, Ponga will be setting them up and scoring them in troves, and his position as Knights goal kicker is extremely beneficial too. Alright boys, with that being said, here are my predictions for round 4. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, then like the video, and if you want more, I recommend you subscribe, because this will definitely be a weekly series of mine. If you disagree with something I said, say in the comments section, because I actually want this comment section to be as opinionated as possible. Alright, see you next week. Bye!
Playing fantastic. I mean, have a look at them. Fantastic.